Hello viewers, I'm SB, and welcome to Jenny LeClue Detectivu? I don't think that's a word. I think it's just like that's the title rhymes. This is a game that has no music on the main menu, which is a little bit weird. It was recommended by Ragnarok Trez on the subreddit, so thank you very much for that. And it looks really interesting. I'm very intrigued by what I've seen about it online. It might be just a little bit of a Nancy Drew, which, that's fine. It wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. But my impression is that there is another layer to this. There's something else interesting going on here, and I really want to check it out, and I'm just going to drag you all along with me. So let's do it. I have no data. Just go ahead and start a new game. So, in case that little bit there didn't make it clear to you, I don't know 100% exactly what we're getting into. It's definitely a game about solving a mystery. And I really, really, really like the art. It makes a hell of a first impression, doesn't it? This feels very normal to me. I wonder if the choice that we just made determined what song he's whistling. Okay, this is me, apparently. Who doesn't go for a walk at night in the pouring rainstorm with their briefcase? Just totally normal stuff here. Yeah, man, look at that. I really love the aesthetic of this thing. Alright, I don't know why I couldn't just keep holding D, but that's fine. Can I turn the boat? I cannot turn the boat around. Alright. Because our fellow here knows where he wants to go. Yeah, there's a big old smile on my face right now. I'm having a good time already. More games should have ominous crows in them. Okay. Well, I mean, this doesn't exactly seem like rocket surgery. Switch to the other wheel with E. Oh, okay, I see. So the middle wheel turns... Okay, so the inside wheel is the only one that only turns the inside wheel, and nothing else turns the middle wheel. So this is pretty straightforward. Except it's a little hard to line up. There we go. I've played a video game or two in my time. Apparently I forgot to extend the antenna here. Huh. Maybe I don't have a good sense of what this game is about. Okay, like I was saying, it's a heck of a first impression.
What? Who? Oh, I must have dozed off. Perhaps we need a spot of tea to wake us up. What do you say, Rufus?
Rufus is way into tea, you can tell.
Yes, quite right. Better get back to work. This book won't write itself. Maybe I should start somewhere easier. I'll come back to the prologue later. The sun rose over another perfect day in picturesque Arthurton. To the casual observer, Arthurton seemed like any other small, quiet town. It was nestled in a valley between two mountains, lined by lustrous forests, and perched on the edge of a pristine lake. It had a main street with all the essentials, including a place to sip coffee. It had schools, a college, a church, and a police station. It even had a museum no one ever visited. It was the kind of place you might find anywhere on your travels. Typical, maybe even forgettable.
Wow, I love a pharmacy/magic store named the Great Placebo.
It was unlike any other town in the whole world. Actually, it was a girl. Her name was Jenny LeClue, and she was the world's greatest detective. Finkelstein residence. Oh, hello, Glenda. Yes, he said he might ring. Okay, patch me through then.
By the way, I don't want y'all to think that I missed Agatha Christie's. It's just, I don't want to talk over the dialogue.
Yes, I got it. I did, and my answer is no. I understand that, but... Well, yes, of course, but... No. Nothing is settled. I'm not going to do it. It goes against everything my books stand for. No, not yet, but... If I could just... Please, listen to what I'm saying.
Okay, yes, we are currently playing. All right. So what am I doing here exactly? I can look around the desk. Can I play with the thing? I can. Excellent. A job well done. Wrap it up, everybody. That's the game. Can I play with any of the other things? I can. Why, though? To what end? Can I move the spoon? I cannot just grab the spoon. Not this. Oh. That's okay. Dear Arthur, hope all is well. From the office of Richard Inkwell. That's a good name for a publisher. Hope all is well. Afraid I've got bad news, old chum. There's no easy way to say it, so I've attached the latest book sales numbers. Okay, well, those axes could be labeled a little bit better. I don't know, but you get the idea. Nowadays, young readers want more mystery and danger. You're losing them with Jenny's increasingly timid and repetitive adventures. One bit of good news, it's too late for the stores to cancel their orders for the next book. Well, alright, that's the bright side. So we're going to give you one last go and see if you can breathe some life into the old girl. We want you to try a proper murder mystery. Start killing people off, add some drama. The bottom line is, if you don't step it up, I'm afraid it's a case of Jenny and the last hurrah. Okay, so the red is Arthur has added stuff afterward. I thought it was pretty harsh that the guy writing the letter would have circled one last go. Flip is J. Is there stuff? There is stuff. In other positive news, someone from a real newspaper finally reviewed your last book. Jenny LeClue and the Missing Marmalade Sandwich, the 38th and hopefully last book in a series which is very much past its prime. He has pre-redacted the worst bits for us, and yet that part got to stay. Once a collection of mystery stories cherished by children all over the world, Jenny LeClue has since taken a nosedive into mediocrity. Something without reservation you can definitely see worst piece of, and I mean, you can make out the shape of that next word. Okay, so it's bad. Arthur K. Finkelstein, quality. Great, everybody knows it. The only mystery left in Arthurton is how this trash keeps getting published. This reader nearly died of boredom. Well, there you go. There's your murder mystery. On a positive note, the book makes a great doorstop. I imagine all this might come as a bit of a shock, but we've got to move with the times. Throw in a murder or two, a dash of real tragedy, and who knows? Maybe you've got one great story left in you. I'll ring you later to discuss. Sorry about your career. Chin up, though. P.S. Squash next week. At least you'll have time to work on that backhand. Somebody else has been working on their backhand, apparently. Okay, so things are not going so great for old Arthur. His name, I've already forgotten. Did we see his last name? Can I play? Ooh, I can play with the pencil. Get. I said get. There we go. Take that. I cannot pick it back up. So all I've done really is just make my life worse. Can I lamp? Oh, I can lamp. That should probably be on. What else do we have around here? Letter to Finkelfans. Well, it's me again, Arthur K. Finkelstein, and here we are at Book 38 of the Jenny LeClue series, her most joyful adventure yet. Thank you to all the new Jenny LeClue fans out there. You have both been incredibly supportive. That was one of those ones where I thought I misread it. To answer your questions, despite any rumors you may have heard, of course the Jenny books will continue as long as there is ink in my pen and ribbon in my typewriter. It seems like you would only need one of those things. Yes, it will be more of the same. I refuse to change my formula. Arthurton will always be a safe and happy place. Okay, so we're picking up some thematic stuff here already. The sun rose over another perfect day in picturesque Arthurton. To the casual observer, Arthurton seemed like any other small, quiet town. It was nestled in a valley between two... Okay, yep. Sorry, we know about Arthurton. Listen, I've seen Arthurton. We know the deal. Alright, so what am I supposed to be doing now? We can click on this, but we've also already read this, right? I know about Jenny LeClue. What exactly am I meant to be doing here? Oh, there's just an exit button. That's what I'm meant to be doing.
I don't understand what you're asking for. You want me to turn Jenny's world upside down? Kill off my characters and destroy everything I've built over the last 30 years? Fine. I'll give you what you want. But I warn you, I'm a stream of consciousness writer, and you have unleashed my fury. Good day, sir.
I don't think that really works as a threat. That doesn't. Okay, whatever. It's fine.
Boring? Predictable? Pah! Well, if it's murder they want, it's murder they'll get.
I mean, he's pretty upset, but I don't know if he needs to be. This worked out just fine for Jessica Fletcher.
It should have been another perfect day in Arthurton. But today was different. And nothing would ever be the same again.
You know, on account of all the murder.
Jenny LeClue was dead.
Oh, okay, we're starting there, are we?
Her skin was pale, her eyes glassy and frozen. What cruel fate had befallen our beloved detective?
No. Never move the victim.
Mrs. LeClue, she's doing it again.
Jenny LeClue, you are a dead body. Dead bodies don't talk.
Okay. So, she's got a blackboard behind her indicating that she's assigned an essay on decapitation to... Like, who is she teaching exactly? I hope she's not teaching a bunch of people the age that Jenny appears to be.
But he's doing it wrong! As wonderful as it would be if all cadavers were so talkative, we must deduce the cause of death without their help. With
I guess
the evidence laid before us...
The guy here has facial hair, so probably not, right?
Behind. We collect clues, interpret the data, and solve our puzzle one piece at a time, until it feels as if the victim is speaking to us. But Jenny is right, Jonathan. You mustn't disturb the crime scene. Vital evidence could be lost.
Sorry, Mrs. LeClue.
Okay, you've all had a chance to study the body? Who can postulate how she met her demise?
Ooh, me! I think it was an accident.
Yeah, she obviously wasn't looking where she was going
So she slipped on the wet floor,
and cracked her head open. Like an egg.
and then she bled to death.
Really? How can you tell?
Well, there's a giant pool of blood around her head.
Yeah, I know. I was being sarcastic.
Oh.
Actually, you're both wrong.
What?
It was cold-blooded murder.
Murder?
Don't be ridiculous.
Where's the murder weapon?
There's no evidence anyone else was even here.
Oh yes, there is. It was murder. And I can prove it.
Alright, well, so far I'm really digging how intense Jenny is.
Had read all the books. She'd absorbed all her mother's teachings. But there was nothing quite like getting your hands dirty.
How many people get the chance to solve their own murder?
The first step in any good deduction was collecting evidence. Seemingly insignificant details could provide a vital piece of the puzzle.
First, I'll search the crime scene for clues.
Then she'd analyze the data. And finally...
deduce the real cause of death.
So, to be clear, is this... To what degree am I just inventing this? Is Jenny just inventing this? I'm not really sure, like, as a player, do I map to Jenny here, or do I map to Arthur? It's kind of like, that's the thing that I read about that I think is kind of interesting, and I really want to see how the game handles it, but the question of our agency may be a little bit muddy. So I do really like this coffee mug. I'm sure this is one of our clues.
What a waste of perfectly good coffee.
Jenny's love for coffee was almost as strong as her passion for crime solving.
Chalky green residue on the rim. Smells like burnt matches.
She is far too young for coffee. Also, from what I know about coffee making, no, the ends do not, in fact. What about all the, it looks like wounds, maybe?
Jenny's blue sweater was scruffy and quite uncomfortable, but her grandmother had knitted it, and so it was her favorite. The more it itched, the closer she felt to her.
I said wounds. You don't usually describe damage to clothing as wounds. That's, yeah.
There's no doubt the victim lost a lot of blood.
And we got more of that residue.
The victim has a green smudge on her lips. It's not lipstick.
Someone tricked her into drinking matches.
Without her trusty bifocals, Jenny couldn't see the nose in front of her face. They were her window to the world, and the lens through which she focused her keen detective vision.
Well, the set of lenses, anyway. What about her hair clip?
It wasn't Jenny's style to wear accessories, but this hair clip was the exception. Its function as a lockpick had saved Jenny from a long night trapped in her school locker. She'd worn it ever since.
They're laying out a lot of, like, character and relationship stuff in a very efficient way so far. Like, the way that Jenny looked at the dude who, if we know his name, I've already forgotten it, and then he kind of rolled his eyes. Like, it tells us a lot about how much he's had to put up with from her already, and a lot about, like, who she is. So far, I'm way into the writing. What else? Boots? These are clues.
Approximately 8 sizes too big. And covered in mud.
Also, water all over the floor.
The floor is wet and slippery, but also immaculately clean. I've seen enough. Time to wrap this case up.
She's basically Batman.
Jenny was a meticulous record keeper, noting every relevant clue in her trusty journal. A great detective knew that solving a mystery was simply a matter of connecting the dots.
I'm certain this wasn't a mere accident. Now I just need to prove it. How do I know the victim didn't slip?
Well, I mean, the boots do have... There looks like there's some pretty solid tread on that. I mean, none of the rest of this stuff suggests not slipping, right? The boots and the floor is wet and... okay. I see. No, wait, sorry, I gotta go down here.
The victim's boots are filthy. They should have left big muddy footprints on the floor. So where are they?
So are we reckoning she was, like, moved here post-mortem?
Either someone washed away her footprints, or she was carried here.
Well, okay. Apparently we're great at this job.
Okay, that proves she didn't slip. So how did she actually die?
What was the real cause of death?
I suspect it has something to do... Oh, chalky green residue that smells of almonds. Didn't they say it smelled of matches before? Did I invent that? I mean, maybe the thing that it is smells like both, I guess.
There's a green
Okay, they did say
residue out
that.
of the victim's coffee cup. It smells of burnt matches. Phosphorus. Also found in common garden fertilizer. The same green mark is on the victim's lips. Her coffee was spiked with fertilizer. Someone clearly wanted her dead.
Or they were just trying to help her grow. Really jumping to conclusions here.
Ah, the case of the dead lab assistant. Gone before her time. Was it poison? Yes. A blow to the head? Yes. An accident? Certainly not. No footprints in an unshattered mug? She was killed somewhere else and carried here. This is the story of a scorned ex-lover. Jenny? The gardener, enacting his revenge. Jenny? A deadly brew of fertilizer and caffeine coursing through the veins. That's quite enough, thank you.
What happens to the gardener?
Is this gonna be on the test?
Remember, class, even the smartest criminals make mistakes. This is how we catch a killer.
But what's the point of all this?
Yeah, there hasn't been a murder in Arthurton in years.
Every town has a dark side, even Arthurton. By doubting, we are led to question. And by questioning, we arrive at the truth. Okay, that's all for today. Don't forget, next class is our field trip to the morgue. So have a light lunch.
Well, that'll be a fun day.
The students need to think for themselves, Jenny. That's why they're here at Gumboldt. To learn. I just figured we all had places to go. Speaking of which... And where are you off to, young lady? I'm a dead body mom, remember? Dead bodies don't tell. See ya! Wait, before you go, I have something for you.
Cool. What is it?
If I told you, that would spoil the fun, wouldn't it?
The LeClues didn't simply hand each other presents. They hid them. It was a family tradition, and Jenny had developed a sixth sense for finding them. With her trusty magnifying glass at her side, nothing eluded her.
Okay. There we go. Is it in a huge jar of jam? That's so much jam! Why would you need that? Okay, I see that that's glowing, but hold on, we're gonna investigate this jam. Nothing. We don't have anything to say about this okay, we're just gonna pretend that that's normal around here.
A new journal!
To Jenny, there was nothing better than the aroma of a fresh leather notebook. It
Was it-
smelled like mystery.
Was it in the
Without missing a
shoes?
beat, she did what any detective worth their salt would do. She decorated it.
Well, I do heart nerds. She is right about that. Can I rotate it? Yeah, okay. Like I've never attached a sticker straight in my life, and I'm not gonna start now. Okay. So now what? I guess I'm good. Wait, do I have more? Oh, I do have more stickers. I love nerds, and I have like a sort of a sparkly feeling about that. But I don't want to obscure the text. Bam. Got it. I'm the best at this.
A new
Okay.
journal meant new adventures. She imagined all the thrilling cases that would soon fill its pages. And on the first page, her mother had written an inscription.
A great detective never gives up. Love, Mom.
Well, that's very sweet. So can I actually flip the pages? That's weird. The sticker. I thought I put the stickers on the cover. Okay, whatever. It's fine.
I love it. Thanks, Mom.
Jenny, I wanted to talk about, to say,
Somewhere in the back of Jenny's highly caffeinated brain, an alarm bell was ringing. Her mum was hesitating. What could be causing her to act so out of character?
Okay.
Crossed arms. Furrowed brow.
Jenny saw it coming from a mile away. Her mother was about to get...
Emotional.
Oh no, run!
I really gotta go.
no, Jenny, wait. I need your help.
What? Really?
Jenny couldn't believe her ears. It was extremely unusual for her mother to ask for help. It must be something very important. Tracing the steps of a deranged killer? A cold case that only someone with Jenny's expertise could solve?
I've misplaced the students' essays on decapitation. See if you can find them for me before you leave. I have to run.
Wow, the case of the misplaced papers. Are you sure you want to trust me with such a complex task?
I have no doubt you'll be able to find them. They're around here somewhere.
Jenny was unsure if her mother was unable to detect sarcasm or just really good at ignoring it.
I think when you have a kid, you kind of have to learn that second thing. We should be nice.
Okay, Mom. I'll find them before I leave. On one condition.
Yes?
You have to let me help grade them.
One of Jenny's favorite pastimes was grading papers. Nothing pleased her more than giving a big shiny F to an overconfident student.
Don't push
Wow.
your luck.
Please.
Okay.
Yes.
Find the papers and go straight home.
But I'm meeting Keith tonight.
No buts, remember?
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe I'm still feeling the effects of being poisoned for your class.
Well then, I have the perfect antidote. You're staying with your cousin this weekend, and you still need to pack.
This again. Look, I've considered your offer, Mom, and I'm going to have to decline. I'm old enough to take care of myself.
I'll be back late tonight. There's meatloaf in the fridge.
So you don't trust me to take care of myself this weekend, but you do trust me to fix dinner and not burn the house down?
Jenny LeClue, it's been a difficult week. Could you please just do what you're told for once and stop asking questions?
Fine.
And try to stay out of trouble.
When do I ever get into trouble?
Yeah, that is the face of a person who has never been in trouble. So wait, did she get...
Let's find these papers and get out of here.
So she got emotional about asking me to help find papers that she misplaced? There's something else. Something else is going on around here. Okay, so we gotta run. Can I... Okay.
One of Jenny's earliest memories was making raspberry jam with her mum.
It's the perfect substitute for blood in class demonstrations. And better tasting than the pig's blood the textbook recommends.
I mean, it's gotta get very sticky, though. I imagine the janitor does not agree with you.
Looking rather trim today, Ethan. New diet? What's the matter? Lost your funny bone?
Alright, she shook me a little bit with that I love grading papers thing, but now that I know she makes friends with skeletons, I am all the way back on board. Team Jenny for life. Can I go through the doorway? No. Seems like no. So I can actually only move in this one dimension here.
Becoming a great detective took more than book smarts. You needed real-life experience. And Jenny was always on the lookout for a chance to get her hands dirty.
And a big jar of jam really affords you that. So, a great detective never reveals their hand too soon. I bet some of this stuff is going to come up later in the game, so let's try to remember some of it. Never leave your coffee unattended. Don't do it. Don't make assumptions. Ask birds, they know things. It's always important to talk about decapitation and dismemberment. Just never stop doing it. Follow footprints. Think like a skull. Easy. Straightforward. I'm already doing half of that.
Please do not touch. Someone must be running an experiment.
And yet, I am certainly going to touch it.
Gross. Pretty soon it's gonna sprout legs.
Okay, I cannot do anything here. Okay. Well, that's curious. I'm making a note of that. Someone's got a strange green thing. Okay. One assumes that will come up later, then. Also, it looks like I stuck my stickers over a place that writing has now gone, so we'll have to see if we can fix that. What's over here? Nope, can't go over there either. So we really are, we're given a pretty modest little area here to explore, unless I am missing something. Once again, it feels like the doorway... I mean, but she said they'd be in this room, right? Maybe I missed something. Can I... Okay, I can't re-inspect anything else, so I must not have actually gotten everything we were supposed to... Probably I was supposed to actually mouse over each of these things. Or not. Perhaps not. But there must be some interaction here that I missed. I can't go off the board. Yet nothing here seems to be inspectable. It does feel like I should be able to check the cupboards, right? Did I miss a control? Was I too busy talking to pay attention to the controls? That does sound like me. Interact, run, move, and rotate. Okay. Rotate sure does not seem to be a control that is relevant here in this moment. And I definitely can't up or down. Well, I must have missed some interactable, right? Nope, that's all. That's as far as it goes to that wall. It sure doesn't look like there's anything to interact with left, except for also apparently a primitive stamina system. All right, this chalkboard. I need to flip the chalkboard over. There's stuff behind the chalkboard, maybe, potentially. That could be a thing, right? Maybe they're stuck to the back of the. Okay, I can't flip it. She won't do that. Maybe this isn't one of those. Aha. Yeah, I need my magnifying glass for this one.
It's one of the students' term papers. You can tell by the terrible handwriting and erroneous conclusions. Mom must have put them behind the chalkboard.
See, that's what I was just thinking. Look, I'd make a great detective. Now, see, you would think Jenny would have been able to see that. I know we couldn't see it because of the position of the camera, but, like, okay, it's fine.
Found you. Time to get out of here.
I guess we gotta remember that everything that's happening here is happening from the writer's perspective anyway, so, like, in a way, the weird forced perspective of a video game camera is actually kind of part of the diegesis, which is, I guess, actually pretty neat. Conclusion, waste of time. Case closed. I did it. I'm the best. Let's leave.
Jenny looked around the room one last time. Was she ready to leave?
I think so. Okay, that's very suspicious. Hold on a second. We're just gonna do... It's a very small room. We're just gonna do one more circuit for interactables here. Maybe something's changed now that we found the papers. Maybe this is what made that microscope thing grow legs. Nope. Okay. In that case, yeah, let's get out of here.
Jenny looked around the room one last time. Was she ready to leave?
See, you said that last time. But only one of them can be like the last time. I'm starting to worry that our author's maybe not like awesome at his job.
She wasn't really dead. That would be silly. No, Jenny was alive and well and ready for another perfect day in Arthurton.
Arthur, my man, it does seem like you're not trying very hard. Yeah, man, I really like the way this whole thing looks. Oh no, it's that garbage ape.
What a mess. I should investigate.
Well, okay, I was gonna go... Let's have a look at the jack-o'-lantern first. No, I can't do that. Alright, fine. Investigate.
Jenny had an instinct for sorting treasure from trash. To the untrained eye, this was just a discarded piece of an old postcard. But to Jenny, it was a mystery waiting to be solved.
I should keep my eyes open for any other pieces.
Okay, so I guess I just have a very untrained eye, because that sure does look like the thing he just said to me.
The notice board was awash with flyers, personal ads, and the occasional piece of gum.
I'm amazed anyone can find anything on here.
Fortunately, Jenny had a useful trick to use in a situation like this.
Mom always says, a great detective eliminates the noise. Focus on the details, and you'll find clarity in the chaos.
Okay, so Jenny already knows which things are important. That's very helpful to me. Mystic Healing, a monthly meetup with the Stargazer Society.
I wonder if anyone else reads this junk. Hold on. What's this? Oh no.
Stay safe,
It's
stay
been
indoors.
Curfew hours again. 9 p.m. to sunrise? That's ridiculous.
But necessary. Power outages had become a regular occurrence in town. It was dangerous to be wandering around after dark.
It won't be long before we need a permit to go out at all.
What does that have to do with power outages? Why would that make it more... Okay, whatever, it's fine. I'm just saying, like, it's dark outside at night, even with the... Okay. Maybe they have a better, more comprehensive system of streetlights here than I'm used to, and so they're just not used to it really being dark at night. Well, now this is curious.
Hey, you!
Oh, hi there.
What are you doing back there?
Well, I was pruning, but then I discovered this cerulean bugberry bush.
Discovered? These bushes are all over Arthurton.
Actually, this is an incredibly rare bloom.
There's nothing rare about Arthurton.
I beg to differ. Arthurton has many beautiful and exotic plants.
Jenny is dismissive, but I think generally she's interested
Really?
in new information.
Like what?
Mushrooms with eyes that glow in the dark, berries that emit a bioluminescent mist, and flowers with nectar as sticky as superglue.
Where? I've never seen any of those things.
Well, believe me, they do exist. I've had the pleasure of seeing them up close. That's one of the privileges of working for Dean Strasberry in his greenhouse. Anyway, I should get back to work. I want everything to be perfect for the Dean's retirement celebration.
Alright, well, we got a new item for our to-do list. Break into that greenhouse. I am not allowed to steal bikes. So, also, Jenny's a goody two-shoes. Who doesn't steal bikes? Come on now. I can't read about Finkelstone Manor. Apparently the Dean's pretty popular.
Signs and decorations adorned the entire campus.
A party to celebrate the Dean's impending retirement.
I'm a little bummed out she didn't give us some flavor on how people feel about the Dean.
Left. Left. I said left, damn it. What part of left are you having trouble with?
My left or your left?
My left. Obviously, I mean my left. Why would I mean your left?
So you want me to move it the other way?
Yes. Nothing would make me happier. If you're not careful, we're gonna have bronze brains all over the floor.
They seem busy. I should probably lead them to it.
Well, I can't see how me butting in would possibly lead to a worse outcome, though. Oh hey, it's the Dean himself.
Hello, Mr. Stroudsbury. How are you today?
Okay, he is beloved. Everyone's surrogate
The
uncle.
Dean was often seen shaking hands and kissing babies around town.
He's also Mom's boss.
But more than that, he was her loyal friend.
What do you think, Jenny?
The Dean had dedicated his life to Gumboldt, and the townspeople had spared no expense in their tribute to him.
Quite a striking resemblance, Mr. Stroudsbury.
It's a scary thing, Jenny. Retirement.
Great excuse for a party, though. What will you do when you're no longer the Dean?
I've been trying not to think about it.
This place won't be the same without you.
Things change, Jenny. Time marches on, and we must do our best to adapt. It's going to be difficult, but I'm sure we will get through it.
What do you mean, we?
Do you think they made my belly too big?
You know what?
It might be all those bronze pancakes, Mr. Stroudsbury.
No legacy is so rich as honesty. You are a clever one, Jenny LeClue. Speaking of which, have you been practicing your detective skills?
Have I? Of course, always.
Well then, I have a challenge for you. I bet you can't guess what I ate for breakfast.
At last, a real challenge for Jenny. A fiendishly difficult puzzle that would take all her wits to solve.
To be honest, I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I just have to be somewhere.
Of course. I understand.
What? No, that's not right. Jenny would never turn down an opportunity to flex her intellectual muscles. So she did what the Dean asked.
Okay.
Fine. Anything for you, Mr. Stroudsbury.
Oh, how wonderful.
But first, I need to ask you a few questions.
So, I had a thought there. I was honest with him because I was like, well, you know, there's no chance that the Jenny LeClue that we have been introduced to here sugarcoats things. But then as soon as I made that choice, I was like, but what's Arthur going to do if we buck? Right? Like, what if I do make a choice that definitely doesn't represent Jenny? And then, boy, they sure handed us one, like, immediately, right? Also, I really dig the whole thing that's going on with him. Like, I very much enjoy this conceit of being inside a thing that someone is writing as a way of sort of, like, getting to crawl inside their head. Like, you know, Arthur's concerns being projected through the dialogue that he's giving people. You know, it's not quite Psychonauts, but at least it's in the same direction, you know? Alright, so, clues about what our man ate here. Well, he seems to have stuff all over his bow tie.
It can't be dandruff. He has no hair. I have a hunch it's powdered sugar.
What if he has mustache dandruff? Is that a thing?
The Dean was a big fan of the Gumboldt moonbeams. And not just because his son was a prominent figure on the team.
Well, a bench warmer anyway.
That doesn't feel like it's a clue to this. I mean, like, I'm sure it's relevant, but this looks like something, though. Okay, so I can just see all the way into his pocket from here, apparently.
Looks like he accidentally put a spoon in his pocket instead of his pen. It's got a coffee stain on it.
A thick bundle of note cards poked out of the Dean's pocket.
What's he keeping so close to his chest? You've been making a lot of notes, Mr. Stroudsbury.
Oh, I was intending to make a speech on Saturday.
Why'd you scratched out so much of it?
Your mother suggested I keep it short. And quite right, too. I must have rewritten it 20 times by now. I just can't seem to find the right words.
What is this?
Ipsa scientia potestas est. Looks like Latin.
Your ring sure looks old.
It was made for my grandfather. He passed it down to my father, who passed it down to me. And when the time comes, I'll pass it on to my son.
The Stroudsbury family had been champions of education for generations.
What does the inscription mean?
Knowledge itself is power. The inquisitive spirit is a mighty thing, Jenny. And nothing is as important as the truth.
Sort of a menacing zoom in as he said that. So, like, I am really curious to what degree the game is going to constrain us. Like, is there actually only one acceptable answer to each choice? Because some of them seem like pretty minor deviations, right? But obviously Arthur's going to push back if we try to pull off the path too much here. And again, it sort of raises a question as to, like, whose agency is represented by our choices. Are we Jenny, effectively, or are we Arthur? It seems like we're more Jenny.
His watch is slow.
That's unlike the Dean.
He's usually very punctual.
Your watch is 45 minutes slow.
Is it? Oh my. That explains why there was no cheesecake left in the cafeteria. My head's not screwed on today. Thank goodness you noticed, or I'd be late for my meeting with your mother.
Oh, really? She didn't mention anything to me.
Oh, well, of course she wouldn't. It's nothing important.
Why are you meeting then?
It's just, she's helping me finalize my plans for,
Your party?
Yes, that's it. My retirement party. Thank you.
Are you okay, Mr. Stroudsbury?
Of course. Now let me just fix my watch before I forget. Now, where were we?
You were standing perfectly still so I could inspect you. Very normal stuff. So there's not... Oh, there is another stain.
The Dean didn't button his shirt properly. It looks like a bloodstain, but the seeds indicate otherwise.
So, we did just have, like, a second instance of, like, weird stammering, and there was kind of an excuse the first time with Jenny's mom getting emotional, although that kind of turns out to have been a lie, in my opinion. But I'm sort of, like, when we first saw it, I was expecting that it was going to be like Arthur had writer's block. And I'm wondering if that is going to, like, if it's going to be a pattern first, and then it's going to be revealed to be that. What about his shoes? Aha. Aha.
For the Dean, being covered in plant life was not unusual. His work as a botanist was renowned.
Looks like you're carrying some extra baggage today, Mr. Stroudsbury.
Well, I do have a lot on my mind.
I was referring to your legs.
Oh, thank you. I have been doing my daily calisthenics.
No, I mean the sticky stuff on your pants.
What? Oh! Hitchhikers. I've been working on a new orchid hybrid in my greenhouse. They're beautiful, but the leaves are quite clingy. I will say, I am looking forward to spending more time in the dirt. So, what do you think, Jenny? Can you guess what I had for breakfast?
Sure, Mr. Stroudsbury. I've got everything I need to solve this mystery.
It sounds like it was regrets.
What did Dean eat for breakfast?
Well, I reckon probably this and this are related.
Jam on his shirt and powdered sugar on his tie. The evidence points strongly to the Dean's breakfast consisting of 1, maybe 2 donuts. What else can I tell about the Dean's morning?
Well, yeah, there's definitely some signs of dishevelment here. I guess we're taking the spoon as a sign that he was, like, preoccupied, right?
The Dean had neglected to wind his pocket watch. The act of a distracted man. This resulted in his whole routine being thrown off. Which might explain why he has a spoon in his pocket instead of a pen.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't think that really goes that far.
You had a donut for breakfast.
Yes?
I'm guessing... raspberry.
How did you know?
That part was easy. You always have donuts for breakfast. But something else caught my attention.
Oh?
I think you have something on your mind, Mr. Strasberry. You are usually a picture of precision and punctuality. But today, there's a spoon in your pocket and your shirt button is undone.
My, you really are a LeClue. Your father would be so proud.
Thanks. Well, I should be going. I'm meeting your son by the lake.
And I'm meeting your mother in the library. What a small world this is.
Too small.
A perfectly small world with everything in its right place.
Who would want to change that?
Pardon?
Nothing. See you on Saturday.
Oh, yes. Until we meet again, Jenny LeClue.
So, I mean, it is really interesting that we seem to have agency as Jenny within this story to push back against Arthur, even though obviously everything Jenny does is something that Arthur thought of or wrote. Like, it's an interesting way to display a character's struggle with themselves, like an internal struggle getting to play out semi-externally, or at least in a way that's depicted as external.
Well, that's not creepy at all.
In her short time as a detective, Jenny had learned never to ignore a ringing phone.
How did that... Okay. Okay, I accept it. I'm not fighting.
Hello?
The dog barks loudest before the dawn.
What? CJ, is that you?
The dog barks loudest before the dawn.
Really? This again? It's me, Jenny. We don't need to do this.
I have no idea who you are, and I know no one by that name. The dog barks loudest before the dawn.
Fine.
Why are these the choices?
The early bird can't catch the lazy worm.
Good. The wind blows strongly from the east.
But...
People in glass houses should invest in curtains.
Excellent. The evening sky is full of fireflies.
And as such,
The last donut is the tastiest.
Ah! Jenny, it is you!
Of course it is!
I need to meet with you right away.
Okay. Where do you want to meet?
This place will do.
Everyone in town knew that CJ was mad, even dangerous.
He's not dangerous. He just doesn't accept things at face value. Sure, he's a bit fixated on extraterrestrials, but at least he's passionate about something.
CJ and Jenny certainly indulged each other's obsessions. But most of all, CJ treated Jenny like a colleague.
And not a little kid. CJ, why did we go through all that if you're right here?
Can't be too careful. Are you sure you weren't followed?
Who would be following me?
Shh. This place is compromised. We don't have long to talk.
okay, do you want to, like, go inside, or... No, alright.
Now, what did you want to talk to me about?
What? You called me.
Did I? Why?
Talking to CJ was a bit like navigating a maze. You had a rough idea of where you were headed, but you couldn't be sure you'd ever get there.
I'll help you figure it out.
CJ seems like he's having a rough one. And I mean, like, life, not day. Perhaps somebody should be helping him? Instead of repeatedly jailing him, as that card suggested. Oh.
I knew he was hiding something. A compass with strange symbols where the cardinal direction should be. Looks broken. Where did you get that compass?
Ah, you spotted it. I knew you would. It belonged to my father. He left it to me to find the truth.
You're not going to find anything with that. The needle is wandering all over the place. A bit like you.
It's searching
For what?
for them. It's this town, Jenny. It's Arthurton. They're here, among us, and this proves it.
Or it could just be broken.
Could be. I guess we'll never know.
I sort of wish we knew a little bit more about the series. For the moment, I'm assuming that these are all characters and things that have appeared in previous Jenny LeClue books. Okay, what do we got here?
Is it your birthday, CJ?
Birthday? Whose birthday? Clankson's birthday. But Clankson died on his birthday. Assassination? Possibly. Abduction? Almost certainly.
CJ, the card?
Oh, this. It's for you. Impossible shot. Died instantly. No suspects. No human suspects, anyway.
Okay, this might be in very poor taste, depending on exactly what the situation is with our dad.
Thanks, CJ. That's, thoughtful. I didn't think you'd remember.
I know what it's like to lose something important to you. Now triple shred and incinerate that card as soon as possible! It's got my fingerprints all over it!
Yeah, you really should have worn gloves. Are you new to this whole conspiracy theory thing? Hold on, there was something on his yet. I see. You know, everybody's getting into it.
What's that sticking out of your sock?
Ah! That's what I wanted to talk to you about. I intercepted a secret message. Classified intel. It's proof, Jenny. It's happening again. And it's time for us to join the fight.
This doesn't look like the kind of pamphlet he usually makes. It's been professionally printed.
Could CJ finally be onto something?
That something being aliens that want to abduct our pets? Join the Space Cadets today.
A cereal box from another space-time continuum?
Nope, just a regular cereal box. It's an ad for a toy.
But why? Why would it just be lying there in the trash?
And we don't really have a place to judge him for this, because we did almost exactly the same thing just minutes ago.
I'm sorry, CJ. There are still great mysteries out there to solve, but this isn't one of them. So what's the plan now?
Library. Research. Very important. Very hush-hush.
They let you back in?
Not yet. But I've got this hat now.
It wasn't your head that needed covering.
No, for disguise.
I know, CJ. What is it this time? More UFOs? Radio wave mind control? A globally connected communication network used exclusively to view pictures of cats?
Jenny, you sound crazy. I'm just preparing my defense for the hearing.
Is this because you tried to hypnotize Mrs. Brown's prize poodle?
No, that was last week. It's because I peed in the water tower.
CJ, that's gross.
And this is the thanks I get for saving everyone from the mind control chemicals?
Well, I guess I'll see you later then.
But CJ was gone.
CJ, I know you're standing behind the phone booth. I just watched you walk over there.
No, I'm not.
Okay then, bye.
See you later.
Okay, so sometimes she can see around things. That's a bummer, man. I don't know if that was supposed to be, like, lighthearted wacky, or... I am sad for CJ. He seems to really need help, and it doesn't seem like anybody's interested in giving it to him. It probably shouldn't be my deal, because I think I'm, like, 9 years old, but... somebody.
Hey! Ah! Damn, that's the third time today. Oops. Hi, Jenny. Great job solving that case today. It's really cute the way that you and your mom work together. I wish I was that close with my parents.
Enough chit-chat. Got anything new for me?
Oh, yes. This is the real deal, hot off the press. I haven't had a chance to distribute these yet, so keep them to yourself.
Ada and Jenny belonged to one of the oldest societies in Arthurton. An eclectic band of treasure hunters, collectors, creators, and dealers. Together, they were known as Sticker Club. For generations, Gumboldt students had been hiding and finding stickers all over town. Officially, Jenny was too young to join. But she'd found so many stickers on her own that they'd made her an honorary member.
Okay, collectibles. Listen, I've played a video game before.
Let's see. Nice crisp edges, rich colors. Very tacky.
Thanks. I spent all week making these.
If only you spend as much time in your schoolwork, you might not be failing my mom's class.
Jenny thought to herself.
It's to celebrate the Dean's retirement. I'm super sad that he's leaving, but...
It's a perfect reason to make new stickers.
Exactly. Oh, we're going on an epic sticker hunt before the Dean's party. You should join us.
Even if Jenny had wanted to join them,
And I don't.
she knew she'd be stuck with her cousin all weekend.
Thanks, but I work alone.
Oh, okay. See you around, Jenny.
You know, she's probably not supposed to be 9. I have no idea how old Jenny's supposed to be, but you get what I meant. Young. She's young. Alright, you know what? I think maybe this is where we're going to call it for today. I think this was a nice first dip in here. The intention with this series is that there's going to be another hour of gameplay every weekday until we put this whole mystery together. What mystery, I don't even know yet. But, you know, eventually we'll find one, and then we'll solve it. So, thank you all so much for watching. And when you come back next time, tomorrow, we're going to, I guess, solve the mystery of what exactly the mystery is around here. And also probably find some stickers. And we'll see you then.